Bayern Munich are playing Hoffenheim tomorrow. My lineups, my predictions. I have some news about the team which I will be discussing. So, from Bayern Munich, who is out? It's Thomas Müller is out. He has gastrointestinal problems. The problems we suspected he might have had versus Pilsen, but that was actually injury. So now he's had corona, he's had an injury and gastrointestinal problems. This is possibly the longest stretch of games he's been missing in his entire career, which is absolutely crazy if you think about that. He's really missed so few games. But I digress, he won't be on the field, which means that we could see him back, fit and rested for the Barcelona game. I'm expecting a hammering in that game. That is happening in midweek. But Hoffenheim, who else is out injured? Manuel Neuer won't be fit. He's struggling with a shoulder problem, which now I'm starting to get a bit worried he might even miss the World Cup, because he hasn't been playing for a long while, and it is very concerning. Also, he is like 37, 38, so I'm concerned later on in the season. Ulreich seems to be a liability. I'm concerned about this position. Leroy Sané, not fit. Lucas Hernandez, not fit. Bouna Sarr, I'm not sorry about that. Okay, let's get into this lineup. Ulreich in goal. I mentioned he was a liability, and he may be a liability again versus Hoffenheim. But to be fair, think back to that 2017-18 season. I know it's 4 years ago, but in that season, it's actually 5 seasons ago. Wow, that's wild. 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, 21. Wow. Anyway, he was so good in that season, but he wasn't good straight from the start. He was good later on. So if he does get these minutes now, maybe if Neuer is really out for a long time, which I hope he's not. Nagelsmann said he hopes he's back, Neuer's back soon. But if Neuer was out, then maybe he'll get some momentum and get some form going. In defence, I guess we'll say Alphonso Davies. I think we're going to field a good team to try and really take the Bundesliga by the horns and try and get results back in the Bundesliga. So Davies, it will be De Ligt, Upamecano at centre-back. Now right-back is interesting. I think he said Mazraoui is fit to play, which presents an interesting question. Will Pavard play? Will Mazraoui play? Who is the first choice right back? And I thought Pavard was good again versus the team we just played, Augsburg. And Pavard hasn't really put a foot wrong this season. But also on the contrasting hand, Mazraoui has played really well the past few games. So I don't know who will start. I'm guessing whoever starts this one won't start in the midweek match versus Barcelona. I'm going to say Pavard, but it could be Mazraoui too, especially because Pavard played in midweek. So that'll be interesting to see, and it might be a reflection on who is first choice, but one could argue that the Barcelona game shows who is first choice, so it's hard to say. In midfield, we've seen Kimmich Goretzka a lot in the past few weeks. We haven't seen Gravenberch much. I don't think he'll start. I think he has to come on as a sub, though. He's getting frustrated, and rightfully so. I'll say Kimmich Sabitzer. Goretzka gets the rest that he deserves after playing quite a lot in the past few weeks. Sabitzer gets his chance to play because he played well when he's played. But Goretzka's of course been great, and then have Goretzka back for the game versus Barcelona when he's more rested. Although I could see it the other way around with Goretzka in this game, Sabitzer back, or just Goretzka playing both times. Could see it happen. I think Kimmich will play both of these games though. In attack, let's think about this. I think Musiala will play. Choupo-Moting will play up top, I think, because he's been so good recently, and you have to reward a player for playing so well. On the right, Serge Gnabry. On the left, I'm going to say Kingsley Coman. And I know what that means. It means Sadio Mane benched. But I think that will happen. I think Choupo will play. Choupo had another man of the match-esque performance versus Augsburg after a man of the match performance really against in the previous game. So he's playing really well right now as that focal point in attack. Gnabry is contributing a bit. Gnabry could be the one who gets benched, that's true. I expect Coman to play because Coman really does seem like the first choice winger along with Leroy Sané at times. Musiala I expect to play. So that leaves the question, it's really, I guess, I don't know, it could be any one of these guys dropped, but I think it'll be Mane. Mane's played a lot in recent weeks. He's overplayed, and he's also not been playing well, so I think he needs this time out, rest, regroup, recuperate, and be ready to relaunch his Bayern career and relaunch his starting berth chances once he next gets to play. I think Mane should be benched. Bayern will play in this 4-2-3-1 formation. It'll be Choupo at top, so he'll be really static. He'll be moving into the channels a bit, so I guess that's not static. But he will be the focal point. There won't be so much interchanging with him up top, even though he does run the channels. The wingers will provide width. Sometimes fullbacks will overlap, sometimes they'll underlap. It is what it is. I'm expecting Goretzka in front of Kimmich if Goretzka plays. If Sabitzer plays, Sabitzer behind Kimmich. Just the usual, just the standard. It's Bayern time. Check out player ratings, match analysis when I have them tomorrow, and see you there.